When I wear my hijab, I feel powerful and more myself. My hijab means everything to me.
I think like growing up in Nelson is so like different to growing up anywhere else because it's such a like tight-knit community, like everybody knows everybody.
It's interesting knowing how many different cultures there are in Nelson and Brighfield and how we are all so close.
And I think it's easier to express yourself and your culture and your religion because most of the people here in Nelson are Pakistani and they are Muslim. So it's kind of like a safe space for us. I think it was really hard to get the representation that we wanted. It wasn't in any rule books that like the girls are allowed to wear hijabs. We kind of had to fight for that right, and it really isn't
Something we should do, innit?
Yeah, it's not something that we should have to do. We shouldn't have to be like, yeah, we want to practice our religion freely.
In school, we were allowed to wear the hijab. In PE, we were allowed to wear it on lessons. As the Muslim woman wearing the scarf, I had to raise a voice.
The girls felt really passionate about this and they started to feel like this wasn't something that they agreed with. We set up a presentation with the senior leadership team in school and the girls basically got opportunity to present to them the meaning of the hijab, why it's important, how maybe not wearing it's made them feel, and also the importance of it would still be a girl's choice to whether to wear it or not.
I wanted Umme and the girls to feel like they were supported by school. It's something that's quite close to my heart as well, being a Muslim teacher and being someone that the girls felt comfortable to approach to speak about it. I believe that's the reason why the girls approached me to have that conversation with them, not only because I am the head of year, I'm a Muslim female and I probably have been in a situation similar to theirs. Feeling empowered to be able to fulfill what you want to do alongside keeping the hijab on.
The school found it really informative. The head teacher did a bit of a blog post about it to parents and they've now changed the school uniform to include a sports hijab. The important thing from that story is that it wasn't me that told them this is something we need to do and it wasn't me that said this is something you should care about. Actually, it was Umme who came up to me and was like, Rory, I feel passionately about this.
The other girls who wear the hijab felt more happy because they thought they had someone there to actually help them. Most women in my house wear the scarf on so they know how it feels. So they were quite happy that I've raised my voice and changed what I could change.
Bend it like Beckham.
You haven't seen that?
Bend it like Beckham.
Yeah, she wants to be a footballer and then...
Her mum's like, no.
What's it about though? Again,
she's Indian,
She's
I think.
Indian. And she plays football.
And then her mum like doesn't want her to play football. She stops her playing football. And she's like, it's embarrassing.
Like Nelson though, like in the Pakistani community, people go against their like
yeah,
young girls
and then
playing
it was
football.
like
It's not like
it was like
her sister's
one of the scenes like her sister like they all do everything secretly and like everybody in the community is watching and reporting back to their parents.
it shouldn't be a secret to
and
play
then her
football.
sister's married. Like they find it embarrassing having a daughter play football.
In Nelson, access to football is really interesting. Traditionally, girls haven't been allowed to play football. Even in PE, we still see girls sometimes in schools, they can't play football.
I think it's really important for Muslim women to have representation in sport because there's always these kind of preconceived stereotypes that Muslim women can't be any more than a woman who doesn't wear the hijab. And I think placing women at like the forefront of sports and putting them on the covers and giving them representation breaks these like preconceived notions that people have about Muslim women that, you know, like we don't speak English, we can't do this, we can't play football because, you know, that's not expected of Muslim women and women who wear the hijabs, we should stay modest, we should stay respectful. But like that's not true at all and I think giving them representation, it can change the view of Muslim women.
I push the cultural boundaries by playing football because in our culture it's seen as boys only play football and boys only do sport, whereas girls stay at home, do housework and cook and clean and do everything, but we can also play football. So we push the boundaries as girls.
Football without girls like this, to me, isn't football. The thing I love about football is that it has this feel of like inclusivity, and don't get me wrong, football's not totally inclusive, but it has that vibe of being accessible and being a sport for everyone and being something that everyone can get behind. And this is what these girls really represent.
Islam has empowered me in many ways. It's made me realise how much the scarf meant to me. I never realised how much it meant to me until now. People think Islam is like a bad religion, and it's not really. It's a really good religion, and this is why people should speak about Islam more and empower Muslim women more.